This is us about to buy a sick 30-foot limo for $500. But little did we know, we were about to be completely scammed. There were all the warning signs. Like, this is the street we had to drive on to get to the seller's house. And this is the guy who was trying to sell his limo to us. Like, look at him.
We're flying to Philadelphia!
And worst of all, the limo was nothing like what we expected. This is honestly the craziest story we've had on the channel so far, so sit back as we tell you the story of the world's cheapest limo. Now, we've been searching for a limo for a while because we want to convert one into the ultimate camper for the boys to take into the mountains. Like, I'm talking 2 TVs on the wall that we can run some System Link Halo Reach, a full kitchen with storage and everything you'd need for a camper conversion. Subscribe if you want to see that in the next video. So when this limo came up for $500, we knew we had to act fast. We agreed to meet up with the seller, and we were so sure that we were going to buy this car that we rented a trailer, like a fat trailer, and we drove 2 hours to go buy this car. Sight unseen.
So, Loki, the area we're going to is kind of sketchy.
The guy is actually really, like, sus. So, I'll try to get a video of him, but...
Alright, so we've been here for 20 minutes already. No response from the guy, so I give him a call and he just wakes up and is like, hello. And I'm like,
If this wasn't a big enough red flag already, this man's property was the biggest red flag yet. Eventually, a guy came out of the house and told us to come out back where the limo was, and let me just say, dude was not trying to be filmed. He showed us the limo, and dude was not taking his hands out of his pockets. I was like, what could be in there? Looking at the limo, everything was going smoothly. The guy said that it ran earlier that year and he'd drive it around Salt Lake, and he just parked it there, and then for some reason it just stopped starting. And so we figured, hey, this shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to fix this, and so we took his word for it. Now, I don't know what possessed us to think that this guy was telling the truth. I think it was just because we really wanted a limo, and we were like, we'll do anything to get one. So, yeah, we bought the limo. Literally, take a look at the title that the guy gave us. Like, how? How does it get like that? So, like first-time home buyers, in 2007, we signed the title of this car, and it was ours. Now, I actually don't think the guy was the owner of the car, and he signed it anyways, but the DMV accepted it, so...
I'm in a movie, A-list actor, you see right through me. My $1 million mansion in the hills, feeling so bougie.
While McKay was putting the limo on the trailer, I was talking with the previous owner, and he was giving me some interesting news.
The whole year he would just drive me around places. He said he'd like drive it around and pick up like hookers on the street. Imagine that picture in your mind of
I don't want to.
7-year-old man driving this limo.
As we drove home, we were filled with immense glee. We then began the next step of our journey, fixing this absolute piece of crap. And McKay already had a good idea of what the problem was.
It ain't got no gas in it.
This thing might just start up with some gas.
yeah, let's do it.
It's out of gas, right?
Smash the like button if you think it's just out of gas, and that's it.
Let's listen for the fuel pump.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh well. It looks like it did not need just gas. So at this point we knew there was only one thing left to do.
This guy's an actual idiot. You're eating actual oil and poo from an old man who smoked, and it's probably a hooker.
So this is the part where everything completely fell apart. We tried to, rearrange this firing order to make sense. We replaced the crank sensor, and it wasn't really running. And then I was like, okay, time to just bite the bullet. I'm going to pull everything off and do a compression test. And all the spark plug holes on the driver's side were completely corroded and totally disgusting. I could only get one of them out because the rest were jam-packed with junk and corrosion. Ran a compression test and found this motor is junk. This motor is an absolute dog.
Completely toast.
He went to Salt Lake and got all sorts of hookers.
Me and McKay ranted on for another 45 minutes, but the bottom line was sure that we needed a new motor. So welcome to the part of the video that's called putting a motor in a car in less than 24 hours.
I'm going to the loo. I think I'm gonna put
that.
my We're screwed. I know that the trolley's gonna pull up to my private jet.
Guys, we put 2 jack stands on either side of this car because we did not want to risk our lives for this piece of crap. Basically, McKay worked on the top, taking off the wiring harness and crap, and I worked from underneath to get the starter and all of the bell housing bolts off. Because apparently McKay's back was hurting, and he didn't want to go under the car. And after many hours of laboring and only a few arguments, the engine was ready to be hoisted out by the cherry picker.
Charles is up in his palace, looking through the glass like Alice. Wait, why his fingers so big? Man's got a callus. I stopped for fish and chips, but ain't got no funds in the Amex. Pick up
Yo,
my
grab us a Mountain Dew ski for good luck, yo. Our biggest goal as YouTube channel is to someday get a Baja Blast sponsorship, yeah?
I check my security balance. I got a cap full of pounds and a bottle of gin. When I walk to the pub, they all think I'm him.
We got it out, guys.
Yeah!
We don't have enough time to put it in today.
Yeah!
We're gonna try.
Yeah!
The engine is missing. But who stole it?
At this point, we knew we had to lock in because McKay had to catch a train at 8 p.m. that night, and we were already losing daylight. But in the midst of our engine swap speed run, we may have made a small mess.
Spilled a few things.
This is the biggest mess we have ever made. Not as bad over here, but just looking over here.
New gaskets all around. Nothing is.
We always buy new gaskets for our
Don't show
cars.
me that gasket. It looks used.
All right. We are ready to put this back in the Lincoln right now.
Stinking Lincoln, dude. Let's get it going.
Let's get her done.
You may think that this is a time lapse, but you are mistaken. This is being played back at regular speed. We were just so freaking locked in that it looked like freaking The Flash, bro. No, but actually this took us forever, and this is the lowest point of the entire video for us. Let me paint you guys a picture. It's 7:30. We just finished resting the engine inside the car, and I tell McKay, all right, it's time to take you to the train station because you can't be late because it leaves at 8. And then he's like, no, we gotta get that engine connected. Get under there, little boy, and put the torque converter bolts on. And I was like, okay. Right when this happens, the radiator spills out an absolute gallon of coolant onto the ground. I'm trying to put these bolts on while my back is being doused with coolant in a pool of coolant. Friggin' Lake Tahoe of coolant in the middle of the night, pitch black. We get it done by a miracle.
Face ID doesn't even recognize my face. I wish that you would stay.
It is limo day again. The engine has been in for like 3 weeks. We haven't had time to work on it, but we're on it today, and we're hopefully gonna get it started and actually drive this thing. Perhaps, I don't know. We
Let's
don't know.
hope so. I'd be so happy if we could drive this dumb thing today.
Dude, we have been so frustrated with Ford engineers. Like, we are never buying a Ford again.
We'll have a starter motor with 3 bolts, and we'll have it a millimeter away from the frame on the positive side, and we'll make it impossible to remove.
We are about to start this limo for the first time ever. And for you guys, this is only a 10-minute video, but for us, this has been almost half a year of work building up to this one moment, which is putting us one step closer to having our ultimate dream of the camper limo for the boys. So let's crank this thing over. But before we do that, we got one other thing to install.
All right, we got one more thing to install really quick. Not on the limo, but on our truck. Vinland sent us this exquisite radio. Let's go do it.
Vinland is a company that makes high-quality custom-fitted radios for tons of different cars. They got tons of features on these things too. So thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. We love this radio.
So we got it installed. The instructions weren't very clear, but what is clear is this beautiful display. Genuinely, really high quality.
To prove to you guys how lit this unit is, we are literally watching our own YouTube video from our car using it.
So head on over to Vinland, see if they've got something that'll fit your car or truck. We're gonna go back and see if this limo will start.
Let's do it. We're gonna see if she turned over with the starting fluid.
We're gonna try some starting fluid in here.
Let me know when.
Okay. Okay, stop.
I was so excited that I broke the mic. We got this thing running off of starting fluid, and it already sounds 1,000 times better than the old engine.
It worked.
It sounded way good.
It's working.
way better than before. Play the
before-
clip from before. Why is it not getting fuel in it?
Time to figure that out.
McKay's got a good feeling that it might start. It wanted to for a second.
I know, it did.
Now, what if we were thinking about it much too complicated? What if
Ain't got no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Dude, it's running.
Oh my! Oh my! Oh yeah!
Power steering doesn't work right now.
We don't need power steering. All we need is the engine.
Oh, what the crap is that? Stop.
You ain't got no gas in
It's
it.
running. It's running.
ain't got
with
no gas in
Good fuel.
It ain't got.
Getting good fuel and enough fuel makes your car run.
Now, with it running and driving, it was time to show it off to the squad, dude.
Oh shit, it's broken! Take us away, little man! Take us away!
Go! There's no one. Go! Oh no!
Excuse me, sir. Where are you taking us?
This limo was so sick that everybody that we passed on our way to Chili's looked at it. It does not matter how old, how young, everybody turned their heads and couldn't stop looking at it until we had passed out of their vision. It could have been that it was cool, or it could have been the fact that it was scraping on the ground the entire way. There was also one other problem. Toxic carbon monoxide fumes were flooding into the cabin of the car due to the exhaust being chopped off